All right, I've walked down the street here on Tranquility Trail, and I'm going to go over to the trail for Yukteswar, Swami Sri Yukteswar, the Guru of Paramahansa Yogananda. I believe this is the trail to Yukteswar. And I think there used to be a sign here, but I don't see it here anymore. This is the end of Golden Lotus Trail, which is the street I live on. It curves around and comes over here. So onward. Here we are, close to the shrine of Sri Yukteswar, just up this little hill. Swami Sri Yukteswar was born in 1855, and he had an ashram in Serampore, India, and he also had a seaside hermitage in Puri, India. And Yogananda met Yukteswar in about 1910 and instantly recognized him as his guru. There's an account of this in Autobiography of a Yogi, and I'll leave a link to that below. Yukteswar was known as a very strict disciplinarian. He had disciples who would come and sometimes couldn't take the discipline that he had to give out, and they usually left. Swami Nityananda, when he was here at Song of the Morning, was from the lineage of Sri Yukteswar. And he said that Yukteswar was very, very tough, and very few people could take his strict discipline. It was either Yukteswar's way or the highway. And people came and they generally left. And this is backed up in Autobiography of a Yogi, where Yogananda describes some of the strict discipline that he had to undergo. Serampore, India was kind of a suburb of Calcutta. And that's where Paramahansa Yogananda grew up. And he went into the ashram, and I guess he really relished his time there. Although he did leave at one point and go to the Himalayas to seek a better, deeper practice of yoga. And that's an interesting sidelight that's also accounted in Autobiography of a Yogi. Sri Yukteswar was, I heard, more known as an expert astrologer in his day. Yukteswar came up with the concept of the yugas, or rather he clarified the concept of the yugas. The Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and the and the fourth yuga, which I can't remember right now, the highest yuga. We are apparently in a 24,000 year cycle, and we are in the 12,000 year cycle that is going up toward the highest yugas, thankfully. I'm glad we're not going down toward the even darker ages than we're in now. So we are in the Dwapara Yuga, according to Sri Yukteswar, and we are ascending into the higher ages, which correspond to the iron and bronze and gold ages of the Greek philosophy. So Sri Yukteswar also wrote a book called The Holy Science, which is a very deep book, and it gives comparisons to Christian writings with the writings of yoga, and it is very, very deep and quite interesting. Paramahansa Yogananda went back to India in 1935 or 36 and spent time with his guru, Sri Yukteswar, and he was given the name at that time of Paramahansa. Before that time, Yogananda was known as Swami Yogananda. One of the highlights of Yogananda's trip to India and his visit with his guru was that the Paramahansa Yogananda wanted to go to the Kumbh Mela, which convenes every 12 years, and he was hoping to meet Babaji there. So he said to his guru, Yukteswar, I'm going to go away for a few days, go to the Kumbh Mela. And Yukteswar said, well, do you really want to go? And he didn't tell him not to go, but he wasn't very enthusiastic about Yogananda going to the Kumbh Mela. As it turned out, Sri Yukteswar left his body on March 9th, I believe it was 1938. I have to look up that year to be exactly sure. And of course, Yogananda wasn't present when this happened, but he hurried back to the ashram and found that his guru had left his body in the lotus posture in a very dignified, yogi-like way. One of the more striking accounts in autobiography of a yogi is when Sri Yukteswar appeared to Yogananda after his death, when Yogananda was staying in a hotel room in what was then called Bombay, India. And that is very interesting, very striking, and I recommend reading that chapter toward the end of Autobiography of a Yogi. Sri Yukteswar did have other disciples, but I don't think anybody came to prominence as Paramahansa Yogananda in setting up his organization, Self-Realization Fellowship, and writing the book Autobiography of a Yogi, which, by the way, was prophesied by Lahiri Mahashai, who was Sri Yukteswar's guru, who said that about 50 years after his passing, a book would be written with an account of his life, which is included in the Autobiography of a Yogi, the account of Lahiri Mahashai's life, as well as many incidents from Sri Yukteswar's life. So we were here at the shrine of Sri Yukteswar at Song of the Morning Ranch. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching.